Hi all, welcome to another fly tying video by Dave Downey on my fly fishing world site. Firstly, I'd like to say apologies, I haven't been here for quite some time. I've not been here for over a year. I've been busy working full time, trying to do fly tying materials at night. I've just not had time to do any videos and I've been trying to get back at it for a while. So this is my first video back. I really appreciate all you guys that have stayed with me with your subscriptions and not left. I know I haven't been here. I really appreciate all my new guys, the guys that have been watching. During that year's time I hit 1 million views. Really appreciate that, guys. So it all helps, every little bit helps with the channel, so appreciate it. Thumbs up. I'm going to do more videos and I'm going to keep it going in the future. So I want to get to 10,000, I want to push to 10,000 subscribers if we can do that, if you can tell your pals, whatever, as I says, and hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell button, that will give you any updates on my future videos. I've got some new things in the pipeline. I've got a new online shop getting done just now. It should be live in the next couple of months. I'm really looking forward to that because there's going to be a lot of guiding, a lot of reviews, a lot of everything in it. So really appreciate all my guys, all my subscribers, and you know yourself, I only tie flies that I really use. Now this fly, I've had to take an antihistamine tablet. Previous subscribers will know that I have issues with deer hair, so this fly's got deer hair in it. Now I've put in a size 10 Hends hook, just any dry fly barbless hook, it's up to yourself. And what we're tying today is a little CDC sedge. It's a sighter sedge. It was given to me by David Chlumsky, a very good member of the Czech team. David's won gold medals at the Worlds and Europeans. Phenomenal angler, really nice guy. So we're tying his sighter sedge, alright, for fishing duo, trio, whatever. Now we're going to use a nice Hackle. That's just a dyed one that I dyed fiery brown. We're going to need a Booby Eye. That's a 3mm one, but you can use a 5mm if you feel you need a bigger one. If you're maybe fishing 2 flies under the indicator or whatever. And this is an alternative to my big dreadnought indicator, you know. And I do like, rather than fishing a bobber, I prefer to use a fly that's going to catch fish as well. We've got 5 or 6 CDC feathers. You can see I've put them in a clip. That's basically so I can do it easier. So instead of having CDC feathers all over my desk, I'll maybe make 5 clips up if I'm doing 5 flies, and I'll have them sitting there, and it keeps everything nice and tidy. And we're going to use some just normal raw deer hair. Alright, so the last thing I'm going to tell you about is I'm using Semperfli Nano silk thread. Now, I can't remember what size that one is. I think it's maybe a 18 or something. It's a really thin one, but we need a strong thread for this. So we'll start the thread wraps on a hook shank, take it right down to the bend. And then what we're going to do, you're always got to have your bin handy. I'm going to take off a piece of deer hair. Right, I'm going to trim that. Okay, put it on there. So spinning deer hair's a pain in the backside at times, but it's fine. So we've got 1 loop in, 2 loops, and then let go. Don't let go on the first loop because it can go all over the place. And don't worry about it being messy. We're just going to do this. So we're going to catch it in, push it back, use the thread, and we're not going to go touching turns. We're going to leave a little gap on the thread. You'll notice I've left maybe 2mm. So we'll go forward a little bit, get another bit. Now depending how much you're using, depends on how many pieces you need to put in. Generally when I'm doing this it's 3 pieces, so we'll catch that in, same again, 1, 2, then let it go. Just let the thread catch a shank, pull it round, just keep pulling it back. It's a lot of working with deer hair, pushing, right, and then we'll do the last one, same again, always have a bin handy or else you're going to have a very messy desk. Catch that in, 1, 2, let it spin, and then push it back. And then we'll just catch that in. At this point I'm just going to use my whip finish tool. If you're not comfortable using the whip finish tool, there is a video on my channel if you have a look. you'll find it. It's a very good instructional video on the whip finish tool. Very handy tool. I mean, I use my fingers for years, and once I started using that, I much preferred it. Now, I'm not going to sit and trim that. There's no point. I don't want, you don't want to see me hanging it over a bin and trimming it. If you really want that, leave a description in the comments, leave a question, and I maybe do it in a future video. But for the moment, I'm going to use some magic, so that's going to disappear. And here's one I prepared earlier. Okay. Now, there is some other little bits hanging about there. So we'll tie the thread in. Okay, cut that. As I says, you can prep all these bodies up. Do maybe, if you feel like it, sit and do a dozen bodies or whatever. Have them all sitting there, so just in the future you've got them. Then you're not doing all the messy work all the time. Right, so the next thing we want to do is get a CDC. So we're going to get CDC, make sure the tips are trying to, they're actually level. I says I might be OCD about that, but I don't like really cutting the CDC. You want it hanging over the end of the hook, so you've got the wing. So we'll catch that in, tie it in, tidy it up a little bit. Okay, then we're going to take the post. So as it says, it's a bit of Booby Eye. So what I'm going to do is trim the bottom bit into a sort of point, so I'm not getting too much bulk. Okay. Then just catch that in. Now obviously it's up to you what size of post you want. You can have a big massive post, but I'm trying to make it a bit more natural, like the ones David gave me. Right, we're going to tidy that up. Okay. Tidy it up with the thread. We're getting there, we're almost there. Right, and that'll sit up itself, but I would probably trim that like that. Okay, that's us got our little post. Now the last thing we've got to do is put the hackle in. Now, it's not like my dreadnought clink hammer where there's 12 tons of hackle. This has only got 2 or 3 tons. We've got a shiny side and a dull side, so you get the back of the hackle, which we're going to have facing towards us as we tie it in. Right, sometimes it can be a pain to catch. There's a lot going on this fly, to be honest. Right, let's get that caught in. Nope, doesn't want to catch, so I'll turn the hook that way a little bit. It's always something. Right, that's it caught in now. Right, so we'll just take that in, and then David ties the hackle on the top. Right, so we're just going to do 3 turns, and then what we're going to do is we're going to use the thread underneath the wing and round the post. So we've just got to guide it round to catch it in, and then we can trim that excess hackle off. Okay. At this point we've got the whip finish tool. As I said before, if you're not comfortable using the whip finish tool, have a look at my video. What we're going to do is whip finish round the post, and at this point, before you start doing this, it's advisable to have your varnish sitting to the side and open, because you don't want to be trying to get the varnish out. So there we go, bit of varnish on the thread, pull it in, pull it tight and trim it. And that's it really. There's a few CDC feathers have come round there. We don't want them, so we'll pull them out and just break them off. And we can trim those little bit of hackle. It's designed to hang up 1 or 2 nymphs at the end of the day. So, and the colour of the post just depends on your own eyesight. Everybody's different. Some people prefer pink. Light conditions can change as well. So, you've got to change it. But with this fly, you've got 4 different. The hackle's more just a footprint, just to hold it in the surface film. But you've got the floatable CDC feathers, you've got the foam, and you've got the dense deer hair. So everything's there to give you give you a good fly for fishing in the rough, popply water. And it's nothing better when you see that poppling down and then your little pheasant tail hanging below goes doop, and it goes down, and the fish is like, bang, you're on. So I hope you enjoyed the video, guys. If you enjoyed it, please give me a like, hit the subscribe button, hit the bell notification button, let all your mates know. Go and have a look at my other YouTube channel videos, and you know, and if you're looking for any materials or flies or anything, there's always Fly Fishing World, my online shop, which is www.fly-fishingworld.com. I really appreciate you guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I'll be back. So take care. Go and catch some fish. Trout season's just round the corner. Next week. Can't wait to get out. Yeehaw. Right. Enjoy. Thank you. Bye bye.